Jake Peffer here with Jake's Cinema Room. I am back with another movie review, and today I'm going to be looking at Nope, directed by Jordan Peele. And I've got to say, this is definitely one of the most interesting movies of 2022. I've been a big fan of Jordan Peele's foray into the horror genre. I was a really big fan of Get Out. I really enjoyed Us. So Nope was definitely at the top of my list of one of the most anticipated movies of this year. And I have to say, it is an astounding movie. I will go ahead and put out there that this is a movie that is probably not going to be for everybody. And it's not even so much that it's overly horrific or scary or anything like that. It's a movie that's going to make you think. It is a movie that doesn't spoon feed everything to you. There is a mystery behind this movie. It reveals a lot of things as the movie progresses. But even still, even myself at the end of the movie, I wasn't even totally sure I completely understood it. But since watching it just a few days ago, this is a movie that has stuck with me in my mind, and I cannot get it out of my head. Like it is a movie that it is so beautifully shot. The imagery here is fantastic, and that's something I've always appreciated with Jordan Peele as a director so far. Is his imagery and attention to detail is just so specific that he sets up these little things all the way at the beginning of the movie, and by the end, he's able to make everything flow and stick together in a way that I didn't even know was possible. And Nope is no different. It's got a great storyline here, great performances from the entire cast of characters, and it's a spectacle, and that's a big part of this movie is spectacle. That's basically what Jordan Peele is kind of putting to the audience. Is everybody, especially in America, is big on spectacle and wanting to be blown away and wanting to see things that just that make your mind melt. And that is one of the biggest pieces of this movie is putting on that spectacle, and I think he knocks it out of the park with this. When I first finished it, I wasn't sure how I felt that it stood up against his other two movies, but as it's grown on me, it's definitely making me rethink that it might actually be possibly his best movie so far. It is a work of art, and it's fantastic, but it is completely different than Get Out and Us. So if you're going into this thinking it's going to be a straight up horror movie, sadly you're going to be a little disappointed, but that's not to say that there aren't some frightening and horrific sequences in this movie. There's at least a couple, and they have definitely stuck in my mind since I've watched it. This is without a doubt Peele's most ambitious movie. Just what he put into this and the scale of everything is fantastic. It's a great movie overall, and I can't even put that into more words than just how good it really is. The way it's shot and the cinematography, everything looks beautiful. It almost harkens back to like old school filmmaking. I know a lot of people have kind of called him like a modern day Alfred Hitchcock, and that might be going a little bit too far, but he definitely has certain things that he does in his movie that I think he's learned from his time of being a big fan of the horror genre, and whether that's Alfred Hitchcock or other really good and iconic horror directors, he's probably taken a little bit of his own influences and putting them forth in his own movies, and I think it shines very well for him and what he's been able to do with these movies so far. As far as the casting in here, Daniel Kaluuya is just, this guy is amazing. He was fantastic in Get Out. He's been great in pretty much every role that he's been given over these last 5-6 years where he's really kind of blown up. And here's no different. He does a great job as the lead character OJ in this movie, and he just does a fantastic job. Like, he's really carrying the load of this movie, but his supporting cast does a very good job as well, and the characters all work really well with one another and have good chemistry and everything. Kiki Palmer is a big standout here. I've liked Kiki Palmer since she kind of showed up when she was a child actress, but this is definitely one of the best performances she's ever given. I've never really seen her in a role like this before, and as Daniel Kaluuya's sister in the movie, she knocks it out of the park as well. Like she's putting on a great performance here, and her and Kaluuya together just they bring a lot to this movie, and without them, I don't know if it would have been nearly as successful with any other actors in the roles. Stephen Yeun, who you're probably familiar with from The Walking Dead, he plays a very interesting character in this movie, and he has one of the better story arcs in the movie as well, where Daniel Kaluuya and Kiki Palmer's characters are both, kind of the forefront of the movie. Stephen Yeun is kind of an unsung hero himself, and his character goes through a lot during this movie, and he gets to experience certain things that not everybody else does, but he's definitely putting it all into this performance, and this is definitely one of the better performances I've seen from him. Also, we have a newcomer, or somewhat newcomer, named Brandon Perea, who does a really good job in this movie as well. He kind of joins the crew when they start to... I haven't even really gotten into the plot of what this movie is, and honestly, I'm not going to, because this is a movie that is almost impossible to really describe because of the scale of everything, and without spoiling too much, you really don't want to get into too many of the specifics. But Brandon Perea's character joins Kiki Palmer and Daniel Kaluuya's characters to help them out, and basically what they're doing in the movie. And I think he does a really good job too. I'm interested to see where he goes as an actor and see what other performances he puts out, because he did a really good job for this being one of his biggest roles so far in his young career. Yeah, I mean, there's not much to dislike in this movie, at least for myself. Like I said, this movie's not going to be for everybody. It is a movie that is going to make you think. It's not let me go in here and turn my brain off kind of movie and just sit back for 2 hours and enjoy what's on the screen. Not saying you can't enjoy it that way, but it's, like I said, it's a movie that's going to make you think. And if you're going in expecting something different, you're unfortunately probably going to be disappointed. Me personally, like I said, I haven't been able to get this movie off my mind for the last couple days, and I can't wait to give this a second rewatch, because this is a movie I think it's going to need multiple viewings to really fully grasp what Peele has put on the screen. But just from the single viewing I've had so far, I really enjoyed it, and I can't wait to watch it again, and it gets a full recommendation for me overall. I would give it probably an 8 out of 10. That may be subject to change moving forward. Like I said, once I watch it again and really grasp everything that's been put on screen, that rating could change. But for right now, it is a solid 8 out of 10. If you've seen Nope, please let me know what you thought about it in the comments below. Be sure to be on the lookout for more reviews in the near future. Check out my blog and my other website that I write for more written reviews. And until next time, guys, I'll catch you all later.